Folks, you doing all right? Yes, it is. No delay. Let's get straight into it. Hebrews. That's where we come from. 10. I'll start at 19, read all the way through 25. If you got your Bible, go ahead and get to it. If you would, stand on up so we can get this, see what the Lord's talking about. See what the Lord's talking about. Hebrews 10. Starting at 19 all the way to 25, we'll be scripture hopping, so just keep your Bible ready. Here we go. Therefore, brothers and sisters, since we have confidence to enter the most holy place by the blood of Jesus, by a new and living way opened up for us through the curtain that is his body, right? And since we have a great priest over the house of God, let us draw near to God with a sincere heart and with the full assurance that faith brings, having our hearts sprinkled to cleanse us from a guilty conscience, and having our bodies washed with pure water. Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised, is faithful. And let us consider how we may spur or incite or push one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as we have done today, as some of, the others that's in our midst has done, is what it is, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. If we deliberately keep on sinning after we have received the knowledge of the truth, no sacrifice for sins is left, but only a fearful expectation of judgment and of raging fire that will consume the enemies of God. Just so you know, an enemy would be someone that rebels against God, right? Just giving you that information. Anyone who rejects the law of Moses died without mercy on the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. How much more severely do you think someone deserves to be punished who has trampled the Son of God underfoot, who has treated as an unholy thing the blood of the covenant that sanctified them, and who has insulted the Spirit of grace? For we know him who said, "It is mine to avenge. I will repay." And again, the Lord will judge his people. You can go ahead and take a seat. I don't know if you need a thought or whatnot. You can say, we're going to use, am I truly a worshiper? Just kind of talk about the passage a little bit. In this passage, Paul's talking to the Hebrew folk, right, about sacrificing. Back in the day, priests had to take your doves and your cows and that kind of thing and burn them for you. Send them up to God for sacrifices to atone for your sins, right? That's how they used to do it back in the day. Then Jesus came, died. He was the ultimate sacrifice. He was the holy lamb that was slain for all, right? So we didn't have to do that no more, right? Okay, this is what he's talking about. And basically, he's basically saying, hey dude, since God has done that, he's opened the curtain, meaning of the holies of holies, because we couldn't go there because we were so unholy. Only the priest could, right? And they had to keep themselves sanctified, and they had to do all these things, right, to be right. Because if they went in there, they had the little bell, they let them die and all that good stuff. Yes? Y'all on my page? All right. And so he's really kind of talking to him saying, hey dude, he did that so you can have like a relationship yourself. Okay. Therefore, you have the knowledge of God, of the hidden places you didn't know about, right? And since you got that knowledge, if you deliberately keep on sinning, there is no atonement for that. Because we don't do sacrifices no more. So there's no way that you can atone sin because he's already died, right? And if you deliberately keep doing that, that is rebellion, right? Because if you know something, not even talking about sin or God, if you know something not to do and you choose to do it, it's your fault. Yeah, right? Same difference. That's what he's saying, right? Now I'm pretty sure you're like, okay, great, we know that. What are you talking about? Well, we're talking about worship. Well, as we just had this big worship segment, which was awesome. It was great. It was awesome. It had that little, you know what I'm talking about? I love you. It's great. It's awesome. However, again, it's cool. It's great. However, it kind of doesn't really mean that much if you're not living. And thus, if we deliberately keep on sinning, after we've received the knowledge of truth, no sacrifice for these sins is left. What does that mean? But only a fearful expectation of judgment of raging fire that will consume the enemies, rebels, or rebelling folks against God, right? Alright, so, with that being said, like I said, am I truly a worshiper? Kind of a thought. Well, what is worship? We say, what is it, Merriam-Webster? They say, great respect towards a divine being or supernatural power, the outward showing of such respect, to great admiration or devotion. Okay, cool, we get that, right? We get that, that's the best in the world, right? Okay, we get that. Well, in my opinion, could be wrong, but if you admire somebody and you know, you greatly respect them, usually, I'm not a Facebooker dude. I feel like I'm like a bunch of y'all friends, but as you can tell, I don't put stuff on there. I don't be on there, right? But some people are Facebook people. Some people are like the social media people. And when you find your like stars, right? And people that you like, that's I like that guy, I like that girl, whatever. Usually, you will follow them on Instagram, right? Check them out, see what they doing, see what they talking about, blah, 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 right? You know, you got those 10-second videos that you put in, oh, I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. And like, people be caring about that stuff. But it's not a big deal. People be caring, right? Well, you wouldn't look at that if you didn't like the person. If you didn't feel some kind of way about this person, right? Your stars. Give an example. Star Trek. Wife hates when I look at Star Trek. I be on Netflix all day. Star Trek. It's my favorite show. I promise it's a great show. The reason I like it so much, it has these characters, Tuvok, the girl's name, Seven of Nine, but they call her Seven. And then you got Data, which is from Generation, Star Trek Generation. And then you got Captain Picard and Captain Janeway. I like these people. Reason being, we're gonna talk about those Tuvok and Data and Seven. I like I promise, man. I swear, I'm like an ensign. I promise. You know what an ensign is? It's like the first people when you first get on the ship. I like them because Data is a cyborg. He's like an android. So he has all these algorithms that make him like able to go into a situation and like he can predict all these different outcomes to tell Captain Picard, hey, this is the best thing you should do. Because he's logic and all these like computer things, he has no emotions. So none of his emotions don't get in the way of him making decisions. I'm not gonna, we're talking about he can tap that, but I will say, dude, you gotta get those emotions under control. You gotta totally make you do like really stupid stuff. Make you think things are there and they're not really there. It is what it is. Get those emotions under control. That's not what we're talking about. But I'm saying, Data, he don't use his emotions. Tuvok is a, not a Roman, but he's a Spock. What Spock is. Vulcan. They, through time, have been able to, like, figure out how not to use their emotions, right? So they just can be logical. So he'd be like, well, it's illogical to do this, or that is the more logical thing to do, right? You know, talk about that. The reason I like them is because that attitude, I don't know, it just does something to me. I feel like that's the coolest way to be, making decisions without emotion, because you'll probably make a better decision, right? And it's awesome. Ask my family. I have adapted that way of thinking. I really have. I promise. I swear. I'm like kin to Data and Tuvok. They like fake people. I promise I'm kin to those dudes, right? But what am I saying? I like their show so much. I admire it so much. I have adopted a fake. Like, they made it up. Well, I mean, they didn't make it up, but it's not even real. But I've adopted that because I like it so much. That being said, if you admire somebody, you respect them so much, you like usually listen to them when they tell you things, such as, I respect Pastor a whole bunch. talks about it all the time. We used to be real tough. I would have thought I'd be working here. But, he's a good guy. And generally speaking, usually I do what he says. I've said it earlier. One thing he told me to do, I didn't do it. It is what it is. I was disobedient. Don't deal with me. But, for the most part, I respect him so that I listen to him. I take his words for something that's kind of serious to me, right? If you respect somebody, you admire them. That would be what you do, right? Okay. Fair enough. You follow me? You with me? All right, cool. So, that being said, am I a worshiper? You already know worship is admiration, devotion, outward showing of such respect. Right? Those kinds of things. Well, how do you become a worshiper? What is like, I don't know if prerequisite is the word I'm looking for, but I think so. What's the prerequisite for being a worshiper? Well, it is my opinion that obedience, you gotta be like in your head stuck on mindless obedience, like Nazi obedience. You feel me? Like I'll just do it because he's head. Let's go. That kind of, you know what I'm saying? Even when you think whatever he's telling you is like, what? Jesus, are you kidding me? That's so lame. I'm totally not gonna do that. Do it anyway. You feel me? Because he made you. If we believe that, he made you. And everything around, maybe, you know, he didn't come down and put this together. He gave somebody that idea. Right? So, if he's all knowing and stuff like that, then why wouldn't he do what he tells you to do? Even if you think it's stupid, because we all know his thinking is not our thinking. Right? Anyway, we're moving on. Let's go to some scripture. Deuteronomy 4:22. Talking about obedience. Just kind of set up this right here. This is Moses talking to Israel. Sometime after like he disobeyed God. And he starts off, well, he doesn't start off saying this, but he starts off saying, it's funny too, like, obedience. When you're disobedient, because right before this, he like, it's literally in there. He says, God is mad at me because of y'all. Oh, what? Emotional. Because that's dumb. He the one that did that, right? Anyway, back here, 22. 4 and 22 going through 25, and then we're going to skip to 27 and 29. This is Moses talking. He says, I will die in this land. I will not cross the Jordan, but you are about to cross over and take possession of that good land. Be careful not to forget the covenant of the Lord your God that he made with you. Do not make for yourselves an idol in the form of anything the Lord your God has forbidden. He's telling them this because a little bit before here, he talks about how they didn't see his face or no image in that fire of the Uber, whatever the tree's called, right? And so he's saying, don't make no idol because you don't know what I look like. What if you coming up with stuff out your own brain? Don't do it, right? So this is what he's talking about. Then he says, for the Lord your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God. After you have children, check it out, parents, after you have had children and grandchildren and have lived in the land a long time, that means generations, right? If you then become corrupt really quick, after you've had children and grandchildren, just point it out there, he's telling them, after you have them, meaning I assume he's trying to tell them, dude, teach your kids. What's up? Because after your grandchildren come, if you then become corrupt, meaning you must have didn't teach them something. What was you doing, right? That's there, right? I'm not tripping, right? That's what that says. If you become corrupt and make any kind of idol, doing evil in the eyes of the Lord, your God, and arousing his anger, the Lord will scatter you, push you away. Go on, homeboy. You want to do your thing? Do your thing. Without me, though. Let me see how that works out for you, family. Then he says, the Lord will scatter you among the people, and only a few of you will survive among the nations to which the Lord will drive you. All right? And why did he do that? Because y'all make idols. And I told you not to, right? Disobedience. There you will worship man-made gods, since you want to do that in the first place, which can't see you or hear you or smell, none of that. But if from there, after you done did your thing, but from there you seek the Lord your God, you will find him. You will find him if you seek him with all of your heart and with all of your soul. When you are in distress and all these things have happened to you, then later in the days you will return to the Lord your God, and guess what? Obey him. So I'm just saying, that's back in the day. That's like the first Israel people. He's setting up like Christendom and all that, right? So obey. I'm assuming, right? Gotta be the pre, right? Okay, you follow me?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. We move. Obey. Well, sometimes mindless obeying is kind of hard because, of course, you are a human and you can't help it. You kind of start thinking about stuff and got your mind going and things like that. How do I get over there? Well, how do I obey? Well, as I just said, you have to, because you think too much is our problem. So what do we need to do? We got to get our mind right. Because this God walk, I found, it's a mind thing. It really is. It really is. It really is. If you look out all scripture, they're always talking about your mind, your thoughts, thinking. I think myself happy. Those kinds of things, right? Why? Okay, well, there's some scripture. Let's go to some scripture. It's Romans 12, 1 and 2. And I'll read it. You can get to it and write down something and read that down. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, I'm urging you to offer your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Some Bibles might say reasonable service. Service means you a servant. You serving somebody. Jesus was a servant. So that obviously means that's a part of worship, right? All right. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the what? Renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve that God's will, what God's will is. You ever been like, I don't know what God wants me to do. I'm lost. He won't tell me, da-da-da. What do you need to do?
Renew your mind.
To offer your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. His good and pleasing and perfect will. Check that out. Now, this ain't real deep, okay? No deep stuff you can get to you. It's like on the surface. All this is way worse than this, way deeper than what I'm talking about. But what we're working is like the basic level. Obey. Because guess what? That's a part of worship. Off top. Off top. When you're a pastor, you go ask pastor, I don't know what's going on. I don't do this and this is happening. And then pastor say, hey, okay, well, you need to do this. You need to do this. Look up that scripture. Go there. Don't do that. And don't do that. And if you would do it, if you would do it,
Help me.
I'm certain. Because he's your sick man. Yes, we believe that, and there it is. Obedience. Come on back. That being said, your reasonable service. Speaking about obeying, getting your mind right. Once you're saved, it's my opinion, you kind of have like a job. There's like a service that's due to yourself that you should do for yourself, because worship ain't for God. He don't need you.
Oh, okay.
Right? I mean, he's God, right? We agree. Yeah. He don't really need you. Worship is for you. Worship is to help you get a relationship with God. Right? And so, you owe yourself. Because what's the point of getting saved and like coming if you're not really gonna do what you're supposed to do. Because you're still gonna go to hell. And then now you're not doing all the stuff that you kind of want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you like dipping, but you ain't dipping. And what's the point? Go hard. Go hard.
Straight up.
I'm just saying because he did say in the first scripture, Hebrews, it says if we deliberately keep on sinning, a mistake is a mistake. You can't get in trouble for something you don't know. I tell my kids that all the time, so I'm always talking to my kids all the time, because they're not necessarily my blood, right? And my boys, they're not my blood, so I ain't grow up with them. So a lot of times they don't know how I work in certain situations. And so I gotta explain it. They do something that I think is like, what? I stop them, tell them what they did wrong, tell them how to fix it. Then I say, you understand? You sure? Repeat it. Tell me what I said. Oh, you sure you got it? Are you sure? So that means next time you do this, you know what's up. Am I lying? Do I not have those conversations? I ain't lying. I have those conversations, and then the next time you have the knowledge. What are you doing? Right? You know how you act when your kids do that. Just saying. That's not what I'm talking about, feel me? I'm going. I'm finna leave. I'm finna be done. What was I talking about my kids. Again, obey, worship. Go to, as I said, we have a service that's due to ourselves. Because again, worship ain't for God. It's really not. You don't need it. You need it. You feel me? Go to Romans. Romans 7, 18 through 25. And now, like I said, you owe yourself. You have to kind of be intentional, right? About renewing your mind, because it ain't just gonna happen now. Because what would be the point of all of this Bible if it would happen just like that? What would be the point of that? We'd just be like, saved, and bam, we're in heaven, we all good. That ain't the case. Because it just don't work like that. I don't know why it's not like that, but it's not. You gotta work, right? In anything that you want to get good at, you gotta practice. You gotta practice, right? I'm a drum teacher, right? Tell kids, or I tell their parents, because kids they don't listen a lot of times. So tell their parents and say, you can keep bringing your baby to school, or to the lessons, and you can pay me. I'm going to tell them these things. I'm going to give them the information and the tools. I'll show them how to do it. But you have to make them practice. Or just keep coming every week. You can keep giving me money, and your son will never be any better, or your daughter will never be any better because you didn't make them practice. Lifting weights, you're practicing lifting heavy things. At some point in time, you're going to get strong. Why is it any different than worship? Or your relationship with God? Because again, worship, relationship with God, it's like the same thing. And again, we talk about worship. Am I a worshiper? Not, oh, Jesus, not that. Because anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. The hard thing is not slapping somebody when they totally deserve it. Totally deserve it. Or cursing your baby mama, but she totally deserves it. Cursing your baby daddy, he totally deserves it. That's all. That's no more. That's worship. That's worship. That's worship, right? All right, go to scriptures. Real quick. Go to scripture. This is hilarious. Talking about renewing of your mind and how it is a serious, the mind thing, man, I tell you. This is Paul talking. Romans 7, 18 to 25, and I'll read it quickly. For I know the good itself does not dwell in me. That is, in my sinful nature. For I have the desire to do what is good, but I can't carry it out. For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, this I keep doing. Ever felt like that? I don't know. It was just crazy when I finally seen this film. I'm like, man, I feel you, Paul. What? What's going on, right? So now, and it's funny because before this, he talks about If the scripture wouldn't told me what covet is, I would have never known it. And he was like, man, I'm coveting all kinds of stuff that I'm like, man, this is great. This scripture is hilarious. You should just read it just by yourself. But anyway, going to 20. Now, if I do what I do not want to do, it is no longer I who do it, but it is sin living in me. That does it. So I find this law at work. Although I want to do good, evil is right there with me. For in my inner being, I delight in God's law. But I see another law at work in me, waging war against the law of my mind and making me a prisoner of the law of sin at work within me. Thus, when Jesus died, blood, he freed you from sin, bound by sin. I was once sinking sin from. Yes. That's what it's talking about. Prisoner of the law of sin at work within me. What a wretched man I am. Who will rescue me from this body that is subject to death? Thanks be to God, who delivers me through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then, I myself, in my mind, am a slave to God's law. But in my sinful nature, a slave to the law of sin. Because that's your nature. It is what it is. That's how it goes. You can't help it. What he's saying is, you can't help it. You can't help it. You ain't got the power to help it. You can't. However, renewing your mind gives you the power to say, hey, flesh, no, fam, not today. You ain't getting it today, dog. Go on somewhere. I got this. I got the mind control. Why am I saying that? Dude, biology. Science is funny. Anyway, I'll tell you this. Your brain produces particular chemicals to make you feel a certain way. Your brain responds to your thought. And the things that's in your heart. What you feel. Right? What you think. Then it releases that particular blah, blah, blah. And it makes you feel that way. Example. Dopamine. That's that thing that makes you feel. Married folks, you come home with your wife, dopamine is released. A huge supply of dopamine. Example. When you are married, and you're that particular time, you ready to go sleep, that kind of thing. Right before! Huge amount of dopamine. I'm just giving you an example of dopamine. You can control that by your thought. Science tells you that. God is telling you too, but some of us are weird or whatever, and we can't take it from that. So he gave you science. Think that. It's the same, it's all me. Anyway, I'm just giving you an example of thought. Alright? Go to this other scripture. Romans 6, you're going to backtrack. Romans 6, 8 through 11, and I'm closing. Again, I'm just giving you information to think about. Are you a worshiper? What am I talking about? I'm talking about living right. I'm talking about renewing your mind. I don't have to go through a whole long list of things that you should do because we're not crazy. We know. We know what we're doing, and we know it ain't okay. I'm trying to tell you, fam, you're not going to get away with it. You should stop. Because it says, I'm reading the scripture, but I'm just saying, it says in the first scripture I read, Hebrews 10, 19 through 25, at the 26th verse, it says, if we deliberately keep on sinning, after we have received the knowledge, you know, there is no atonement for that. He says that because you have then become a rebellious person, rebelling against God. I know God, but family, I don't want to. How can you say that to God? That's kind of weird. If you look at it like that, I'm pretty sure whatever we're doing, what we're doing, we know we're not supposed to do it. All right, because we all do. All right, I'm talking to myself too. We all do it. Dude. about renewing your mind. Meaning you sometimes have to, after you receive the knowledge, because if you receive the knowledge, you should have the knowledge to help yourself, right? You got to use that, meaning you got to die your flesh, man. When it come up, say no. It's hard, but it's also pretty easy if you make the choice to. You feel me? Yeah. Now, if we die with Christ, we believe that we will also live with him. For we know that since Christ was raised from the dead, he cannot die again. Death no longer has mastery over him. The death he died to sin. Once for all. Yes. Yes. But the life he lives, this is like in the time now, right? He lives to God. The very next scripture says, in the same way what? In the same way God died to sin, count yourself dead to sin, but alive to God. What does that say? Count yourself dead to sin, live to God. What does that mean? Live a life pleasing to God. You feel me? Then it says, Colossians 3, 1 through 5 says, set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. For you died. As we just talked about in Romans 6, you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. But to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature. Just give some examples. Sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. You used to walk these ways in the life you once lived, but now you have the knowledge. Please make a different choice. But now you must also rid yourselves of all such things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips. Do not lie to each other, since you have taken off your old self with its practices. Uh-oh, there's that thing talking about practicing. You was practicing sin, now let's practice God. Practice. Yeah, every day now. It's hard. It is hard. However, if you particularly read these particular scriptures, I promise you, I might scare yourself into decide to practice, man. Because it's funny you ask me, do what I'm doing. I don't want to, but you told me to. Obedience. And literally, I've read a few of these scriptures before, but I ain't never looked at it like this. You understand what I'm saying? I've never seen where he says, if we deliberately keep on sinning. I ain't never read that ever before. And so, here it is. I was preaching to myself like, Jason, fam. You gotta do something different, man. I'm just saying, get out of my business. I'm gonna be trying to think. Everybody. It is what it is, alright? All I'm saying is man, because I ain't got no more scripture to give to you. That's pretty much it. I guess what I'm saying is in summary, if you will, we're talking about worship. We're starting a series. I'm telling you, worship is like a way deeper thing. However, you're never going to get there unless you decide to be obedient. Why do we have to decide to be obedient? Well, God gave us a mission. Everybody. Your main goal for even being a human being here. The whole point, you got created. All that. Remember he told his disciples? Go ye therefore and go. Go ye therefore and make disciples. Make disciples. What is he talking about? Bring people to Christ.
Advance the kingdom.
Pastor Torrance, He, a long time ago, he talked about the train. I don't know if anybody was in that Bible study, remember that. He's talking about the train. The whole point, when you get to heaven, you want to have this huge train trailing behind you of souls that you've helped. Family, that is your point. That is the reason why we're coming here. That's the reason why we listen to him. So we can know what God is and who he is. So we can tell her, perhaps she don't know who Jesus is. I got to tell her that, because that's my main thing. How can I do that if I don't know? You can't. How, even worse, I think, how can I tell you, and I do know, and I'm not doing what I'm telling you to do? How foolish would I be to listen to you? If you ain't doing, you know what I'm saying? How foolish would that person be to listen to me? And they come down and man, you ain't, I don't know about your life, man. How you tell me? You feel me? Thus, we have to live right, man. Live right, dog. What is our kingdom mission? To win souls for God, because he ain't walking earth no more. So he ain't doing it. He gave it to you. You take it up. You feel me? He was your human example. And you can do it. Yes. Disclaimer, is all right. I like that he was 100% man too. He lets you know because he himself told God I didn't want to do something that he told him to do. That's how we know it's all right not to want to. He prayed. He was like, Daddy, I know we said we were gonna do this, but do I really got to? I mean, you know, let's make the bills pass, man. You know what I'm saying? We all know it. And then what did he do? What did he do? He got his mind together. Get out my emotions. This ain't got nothing to do with me. This is on a larger and larger scale. Millions and millions of billions of people. You feel me? So God was like, you know what? Not my will. But your will be done. Because I'm finna be obedient. I get it. He's God, but he's also man too. We can do it. Just saying, do something different.